If you think moving to Fulshear, Texas means moving to a quiet little farm town, you might be in for a huge surprise, because Fulshear is currently one of the fastest growing cities in the entire nation, and two houses on the exact same street can be in completely different school districts with thousands of dollars in difference in tax rates. I'm Miguel with Texas Home Sold Group, and I live and work right here in Fort Bend County. Today, I'm giving you the 5 things you need to know before you make a move to Fulshear, Texas. And number 1 is the biggest misconception out-of-state buyers have when they start looking at homes out here. Hey everybody, it's Miguel Gutierrez. Welcome back to Living in Houston, Texas. I'm a realtor here in Houston with DXP Realty and Texas Home Sold Group. And on this channel, you will find everything you need to know about the greater Houston area, whether that's moving here, living here, local community guides, or real estate. If you want to keep seeing content like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. So let's dive straight in. Here are the 5 things you need to know before moving to Fulshear, Texas. Alright, let's start with the misconception I mentioned, because it trips up almost everybody who hasn't spent real time out here. People hear Fulshear and picture a sleepy little farm town, cotton fields, cattle, a handful of houses, and honestly, that's exactly what Fulshear used to be. But over the past decade, Fulshear has consistently ranked as one of the fastest growing small cities in the entire United States, and it has boomed into a full-blown, thriving suburban footprint. This is not the same Fulshear from 15 years ago, not even close. Now, here's where it gets tricky for buyers. A lot of homes that show a Fulshear, Texas address are not actually sitting inside the official city limits of Fulshear. Plenty of them sit in what's called the ETJ, the extraterritorial jurisdiction, or in the Unincorporated Fort Bend County altogether. And that distinction matters a lot, more than most buyers realize. Because whether you are inside city limits or out in the ETJ, changes your property taxes, it changes who shows up for emergency services, and it changes your police jurisdiction. Inside the city, you are covered by Fulshear PD. Out in parts of ETJ, you're relying on the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office instead. Same general area, 2 completely different systems responding to you. And while the overwhelming majority of Fulshear sits inside Fort Bend County, the growth corridors pushing north up around Jordan Ranch and toward I-10 actually creep close to the Waller County line. So my advice here is the same thing I tell every client. Never assume based on the zip code or the general area. Always verify the exact county and the exact jurisdiction for that specific address before you get attached to a house. Now, let's talk about schools, because this is the one that catches families completely off guard. And I mean constantly. Fulshear is uniquely served by 2 different highly rated school districts. Katy ISD covers the northern and eastern side of the area, and Lamar Consolidated ISD covers the central and southern side. Both are excellent districts, but they're not interchangeable, and they do not follow neat, obvious lines. Here's a perfect example, and it's one I bring up with clients all the time. Cross Creek Ranch, one of the biggest and most popular communities out here, is literally split block by block between 2 districts. Kids on one street get zoned into Katy ISD and head to Jordan High School. Kids just a few streets over get zoned into Lamar CISD and head to Fulshear High School instead. Same neighborhood, same amenities, same HOA, completely different high school experience depending on which side of the line your house happens to sit on. And I want to give Lamar CISD its credit here too, because a lot of people just assume Katy ISD is automatically the better option since it's more well known. Lamar CISD is an exceptional, fast-growing district that's investing heavily in brand new state-of-the-art facilities, including Fulshear High School itself and the Chargers athletic programs. This isn't a district that's behind, it's a district that's actively building for the growth happening all around it. So here's my advice, and I give this to every single client I work with. Never assume an entire neighborhood is zoned to one district just because the name or the general reputation. Always verify the exact school attendance boundary for that specific house address before you write an offer. Not the neighborhood, not the entrance sign, the address. Let's talk real numbers on commute time because I want to give you something you can actually plan around. Fulshear sits roughly 33 miles west of downtown Houston and about 18 to 22 miles southwest of the energy corridor. Getting to the energy corridor typically runs 25 to 40 minutes, mainly using FM 1093, Katy Fulshear Road, and I-10. Getting downtown or out of the Texas Medical Center is a bigger commitment. You're looking at 45 to 70 minutes during peak rush hour. Heading south to Sugar Land is more manageable, usually 30 to 40 minutes using Highway 99, the Grand Parkway. For the airports, Bush Intercontinental IAH runs about 55 to 80 minutes, typically using Highway 99 and Beltway 8. Hobby Airport, HOU, is a bit closer at around 50 to 65 minutes, using either the West Park Tollway or I-10 into Loop 610. As far as the roads you will actually be living on day to day, FM 1093 along with the West Park Tollway is Fulshear's direct lifeline east towards Houston, and with the tollway expansion feeding straight into FM 1093, it's become the primary route for daily commuters. Highway 99, the Grand Parkway, connects Fulshear north up to Katy and I-10 and south down to Sugar Land. And then FM 1463 along the Katy Fulshear Road serve as your critical north-south connectors linking you straight up to I-10 and Katy. One commuter tip I always pass along: westbound traffic on FM 1093 between about 4:30 and 6:30 in the evening tends to bottleneck right around the Grand Parkway. That stretch is worth building extra time around. And honestly, with hybrid work schedules becoming so common now, 2 to 3 days in the office instead of 5, Fulshear living gets a whole lot easier for people commuting downtown. That commute is very different conversation when you are only doing it a couple times a week. Now let's talk numbers on cost of living and home prices, because this is where Fulshear starts to separate itself from a lot of the neighboring suburbs. Fulshear has one of the highest median household incomes in the entire Houston metro, averaging over $170,000 a year, and the home prices reflect that. The median home price in Fulshear typically runs between $475,000 and $550,000, sometimes higher, which puts it above a lot of the older established suburbs nearby. So what does that extra money actually buy you? Larger home footprints, wider lots, true master plan luxury, newer construction standards, and a lot more green space compared to some of the denser pockets you will find over in Katy. It's not just a higher price tag for the same product. You're getting a genuinely different product. Now, property taxes are something you need to go into with your eyes open. In Fulshear, they generally run anywhere from about 2.5% up to over 3.2%. And a big driver of that range is the MUD, the Municipal Utility District Tax, which shows up heavily in a lot of the newer sections. If you're looking at older sections of Fulshear or non-MUD acreage properties, you will typically see lower tax rates. And here's the balance I always point out to clients. Your day-to-day expenses, your groceries, your utilities sit right around or even below the national average. It's not that everything in Fulshear costs more, it's just that housing itself carries the premium because you're buying into a master plan, newer built city, and that premium is concentrated almost entirely in that one category. Here's the thing about Fulshear: depending on where you land, you can choose between a resort-style amenity community, a farm-focused agri-hood, an active 55-plus community, or a peaceful custom home on acreage. If you want a full-scale resort-style master plan community, Cross Creek Ranch is the flagship. We are talking 3,200 acres with miles of trails, lakes, multiple water parks, a fitness center, and on-site schools. You can find homes ranging from the mid 300s up into the $1 million range in custom sections. If you like the idea of community farming and a boutique suburban feel, Jordan Ranch and Fullbrook on Fulshear Creek are amazing options. Jordan Ranch features Sunset Farm, a working community farm with farm-to-table events, a lazy river, and competitive new construction pricing. Fullbrook on Fulshear Creek offers a small, quieter feel surrounded by native pecan trees, wild grass, and lodge-style amenities. If you're looking for acreage, historic charm, or private gated living, downtown Fulshear and nearby Western Lakes deliver that relaxed country feel. Western Lakes give you 24-hour gated security, a golf course, and mature trees, while custom acreage lots around central Fulshear give you room to spread out without an HOA breathing down your neck. And for active adults, Del Webb Fulshear provides a 55-plus resort-style community right in the middle of it all. So whether you want a booming master plan neighborhood or a quiet piece of Texas land, Fulshear has a pocket tailored specifically for your lifestyle. So those are 5 big things you need to know before moving to Fulshear, Texas. From the city boundaries and the school split to the real commutes, home prices, and neighborhood vibes. If you're thinking about moving to Fulshear, Katy, Richmond, or anywhere else in Fort Bend County, do not try to navigate it alone. Call or text the number on your screen or click the link in the description to book a one-on-one consultation with us, request a home valuation, or start searching homes today. That's what Jacob and I do every day, and we would love to help you find the right place. Drop a comment below with any questions about Fulshear, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.